Welcome to Spacevidcast, episode 27 for October 10th.
Wait.
You can do it. 2008. My name is Benjamin Higginbotham. With me, as always, the beautiful, wonderful, talented, and wonderful. I already said wonderful.
Yes, but I can be
doubly wonderful.
I can be doubly
Carrie Ann
wonderful.
Higginbotham. We are the Spacevidcasters. We have got an action-packed epic-sode for you tonight.
It is an epic-sode.
We have got a ton of video. We've actually got a lot to get to, so I'm gonna really quickly start off by welcoming everyone who is watching us on YouTube on demand. I'd like to point out that you can join us live and get your name in this chat room down at the bottom.
Like Yucky has, actually. And CEO found us through Twitter as well.
Awesome. So we have over 40,000 views of our last video on YouTube from last week. So we're definitely growing in popularity. And our goal in here is to get everyone excited and pepped up about space flight and space travel again. And to that end, in this particular show, we're going to be showing a lot of rocket explosions. That's pretty cool. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be the back half of the show. So definitely join us live. It's every Friday morning at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. And then if you're in the United States, that's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. Eastern. I
don't know when it is either.
And then if you want to join it, watch it, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/spacevidcast. So we normally put all that at the end, but we're putting that at the beginning because I think a lot of people on YouTube tend to, move on quickly. So let's start with space news.
Okay, what are we doing first?
I have the Enceladus.
Sweet. Okay, just wanted to make sure. So I try to do this as timely as possible. I know we had talked about this earlier, or at least we had a daily on it about Cassini. Cassini is finally doing, or has done, depending on what time you're watching this and what have you, its flyby of one of Saturn's moons. It's geyser spewing moon.
Ew.
I know, Enceladus. And this is the scary one, because this is the one where they're going very, very close by, as opposed to later on in this month, I believe. They're going to go a lot further out. So this is kind of the scary one. This is the dangerous one, if you will, if there is kind of such a thing.
Danger zone.
Yeah, I know you guys can't really see in this picture, unfortunately, the distance and stuff like that, but it is there, and I don't know. I'll throw the URL in the show notes so that you guys can.
You want this picture right here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not exactly it.
I know, but it looks kind of pretty.
Yeah.
There's pretty colors on it.
Yeah, that there are. Absolutely.
In any case, so these are the Enceladus flybys. We're supposed to try and figure out what's going on, what these geysers are, because it is kind of an icy moon. Yet we have these geysery sort of heat things. We're not really sure what's going on.
Cool. Yeah. So
So that's what this is.
Ice water, geyser. That means heat and possible life.
Right. So that's what we're trying to figure out.
Cool.
Which is a very,
we like
very
possible
cool thing.
life.
So that's going on now, really.
Yep. Going on now.
Yeah. Started on October 9th. And we should start getting some information actually back soon.
Cool.
Really soon. So maybe we'll have that for the next show. And then the next one is on what Americans call Halloween.
Ooh.
October 31st is the next flyby that's not quite as close. So again, like I said, hopefully we'll have some information coming back about that. But I just wanted to kind of do, an update, if you will.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Next, I have one labeled Moon.
Yeah.
I don't know what that actually means.
Moon. We just decided to talk about the moon.
Yep.
What was that? La 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 the moon. I don't remember.
God.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. NASA wants to do a liquid mirror telescope on the moon.
Okay. What's that going to do?
Is crazy cool. It's going to be. We'll be able to look back on Earth.
Yep.
Which is kind of nice. But then if it's stationed on the moon, we'll be able to get to see things on the dark side of the moon.
Ooh.
Right?
That might be kind of cool, yeah.
Right? So I thought that was kind of cool.
What are these other images you sent me?
Okay, it's really hard to explain. Let me see if the thing is that I heard liquid mirror, and for some reason I automatically thought
Terminator.
Water.
Oh.
Terminator. Why on earth would I think Terminator?
Liquid metal.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess, but...
Anyhow, yeah. All right, so yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, throw that one up.
All right, so there's that one. Okay.
This is the University of British Columbia's 6-meter large zenith telescope, which uses a liquid mirror. And it's actually... I thought it was mercury, because I thought, well, mercury,
right,
that's pretty much right. It's not mercury. It's ionic liquids that are only slightly denser than water and they're less dense than Mercury. So it's kind of like that in between sort of thing. But and they're not necessarily. How does this work? It says, although not highly reflective of themselves, a spinning mirror of the ionic liquid can be coated with an ultra-thin layer of silver, just as if it was like a solid mirror.
Oh, kind of like how they do like an actual mirror.
Right,
Yeah,
but they float it like on top.
Okay.
Isn't that? But it's
That is cool. So what's this third picture?
Okay, that one.
Right here. Okay. This is the third picture. So the first one you saw was the rendition of the one they want to put up there, right?
Right. That's a mock-up, if you will. Okay.
Okay.
So then this one is the 1,000-foot radio telescope in Puerto Rico, and this one can't be moved. It's not.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a permanent structure right there.
Yeah. But it can still. It says still scan a wide swath of sky using movable secondary mirrors, and so. The lunar telescope will be much more like this one.
Okay.
The one in Puerto Rico. So,
cool looking.
So the thing is, like I said, I heard about it and I was thinking water, and I thought, well, that's kind of stupid. I mean, that's never going to work. And then I thought, well, and how are they going to move it? And that's, whatever.
Yep.
So then they actually have these real life. And like I said, I'll throw that stuff into the show notes as well, so you can get an idea and see those pictures a little bit more up close. But that sounds like I'm very excited about that.
That'll be
I think
cool.
that'll be very cool.
I think our next news story, where the Bibo message from Earth, which we reported on earlier, I think this one's pretty cool.
Do you really?
Absolutely. Well, because it's just kind of cool that people got to do that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. That works.
I'll let you take it over. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance. There's actually a bug in the software that we use for switching applications that whenever I do this cool technique, it makes the screen flash.
Right.
So everyone point at Steve and yell at him because this annoying thing is about to be... This is his fault.
Yes.
But here you go.
Point and
This is a message from Earth. So tell us what a message from Earth is first.
Okay, Bibo, for those of you who don't know, is a social networking website, kind of a la MySpace or Facebook, that kind of thing. You can share videos and applications and photos and music and all different kinds of stuff. It's actually quite large, considering I hadn't heard of it even a couple of months ago. And what they decided to do, which in my mind probably was just to get their name out there, but it was brilliant as far as I'm concerned, is there is a planet that is much like Earth, but it's bazillions upon bazillions. Where's the number? Now I can't find it, you guys. Light years away.
A lot.
Just bunches upon bunches upon bunches. Okay,
right.
Let's just say that. But they said, hey, it's the closest thing to Earth. It's kind of like Earth. So why don't we show them, should there be anyone there, what Earth is like? And so everybody had a chance to send in pictures, photos, drawings, videos, music, any sort of message that you would want to go out there, out into space, about Earth to this other planet.
Yep.
And they would kind of compile them, and then everyone in the Bibo network could vote on them, and came down to 501 messages, whether it be video or text or anything like that. And then they digitized them, so made them into like binary code and what have you, and sent them off just earlier yesterday actually, sent them off to this other planet.
Cool. Yep.
And so what that flashing sort of screen was showing you how many miles the message has already traveled.
I think that's cool.
I think it's very cool.
And you can get to this at any time by going to bibo.com/a message from Earth.
Right. And that'll be, of course, again in the show notes. So you can kind of see an update and stuff like that. And it's anybody and everybody. It's who, everybody could have put their stuff in there. So like stars and politicians and you name it. There's all kinds of stuff in here. And I think we've got a video that actually will kind of help explain a little bit better probably than I did.
Roll that video.
Hi, I'm Alice.
I'm James.
And today, you, the Bibo users, are creating history. Your messages are going to travel 120 trillion miles into deep space.
That's right, and they're going to be sent from the very telescope we sit in now. It's the RT-70 here in the Ukraine, and it's absolutely enormous.
Today we made the long climb to the top of the 18-storey telescope to inspect the equipment that your messages are sent from. As some of the only people who get to experience this view, we felt extremely privileged.
We're actually stood in the telescope and the sun's reflecting off it because it's white and it's really bright in here. It's absolutely enormous. I don't know if you can see round. Jamie and Ollie are just making their way up to the peak of the telescope to film.
I didn't think I was scared of heights, but I did have a moment where I just froze and couldn't go any further. It was really high, wasn't it?
Today we also met Mr. Malavinsky, the head of the National Space Agency of Ukraine, to discuss the details of the mission. We exchanged gifts and officially handed over your messages.
Thank you for our visit to London.
So it's 9 AM on Thursday the 9th of October.
And we're here in the Nerve Centre ready to push the button to send those 501 chosen messages into deep space.
It's actually about to happen. Ollie, do the honours.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Countdown commence. 3, 2, 1. It's going. It's off. And that's going to take 5 hours to send.
Wow.
Ollie?
Yes, yeah, just over 5 hours. And you can hear the siren in the background just going off as well.
So it's official, your messages have been transmitted into deep space, and in 1.7 seconds they'd already passed the moon.
Incredible. Keep checking the website in the next few weeks to follow the progress of the message, and because next week we'll be uploading some exclusive, never before seen footage.
Hello!
Oh, yes.
We've had such a great time taking this epic journey with you.
But for your messages, the journey is only just beginning. Thanks so much for taking part. Bye-bye.
So cool.
It's so cool. I forgot to mention, but thankfully I remember by the time the video was over. You can also still go to Bebo.com, a message from Earth, and see the messages that got chosen. Mm-hmm. So you can see exactly what we're sending out there. I read one of the articles, which was kind of funny, because like I said, it's anything and everything. So one guy was like, of all the things in all the world that we decided to send out to, possibly other
intelligent life. Yep.
Intelligent life. Some of the messages were written in text speak. So, no vowels, just consonants. Of all the things.
Any chance of them being able to read English right out the window
totally
with that?
Screwed at that point. But in any case, so I thought that was kind of funny.
And I want that satellite dish at home. The giant one.
Yeah, the big one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bigger than our house.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, when we come back, we're going to be looking at Boom. Big Bada Boom.
I was wondering if you were going to do
that.
Yeah,
big bada boom. Rocket explosions and things that don't quite go right, because we've been showing off how privatized space is the future and how we think and how great all this stuff is going to be. But sometimes it just doesn't quite go according to plan. So stay with us. Spacevidcast will be right back. dude.
It's like fireworks. It's craziness.
Kaboom! Oh man, that was that was the what is that? The Ariane 5. I can never pronounce that correctly, but the Ariane 5 launch, and that was in 1996. 1996 went up and just went boom, unmanned mission. So
Yeah, thankfully, about 37 seconds after launch,
Yep.
it exploded, and oddly enough, it was all because of a data conversion failure.
So like they didn't do inches to metric type thing.
Something along those lines. It was like, 64-bit floating to 16, I don't know, but it would just big bada boom.
Yep. The next clip. So what we've got for you are clips of rockets that blow up.
Yes.
That's just kind of cool, right? So that first, of course, that clip, no one's hurt, which is good.
Thankfully.
We've got another one. This one, there was a show, I think it was called Shockwave or something along those lines. This is a Delta II rocket that launched from Cape Canaveral. Watch what happens. I've actually got two clips of this. So here's the first clip that was, I believe this was from NASA TV.
I think so.
Here we go. Check this out.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. We have ignition and liftoff from Cape Canaveral Air Station of the Air Force Delta II launch vehicle carrying the new GPS-2R satellite. We have had an anomaly. We just had an anomaly of the Delta II launch vehicle from Cape Canaveral Air Station. We need to secure the area. Once again, we had liftoff of Delta II launch vehicle from Cape Canaveral Air Station, and we just had a problem with the vehicle on the pad.
Wow, look at that. It's raining fire.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that's
Again,
insanity.
thankfully, there were no lives lost in that one. A couple of buildings that got damaged, a couple of cars got damaged, but other than that, pretty much the best case scenario.
Here's another shot of that
terms of
exact same
explosion.
thing. This is from a little ways away. This is with an extended lens.
Yeah.
So check this out.
This is crazy.
And also listen to the sound. You can hear it in the background. The sound and visuals don't line up because there's a delay in how long it takes for the sound to get to you. Look at that.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
It's just raining fire.
I mean, like I said, it's beautiful, but it's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Scary as hell as far as I'm concerned.
That's rocket fuel that's on fire right there. It's not like you can just kind of stomp that stuff out.
Yeah, no, we're not talking like regular fireworks, little itty bitty bits of things. These are big old chunks of crap coming down.
Now, this next one is one of my favorites. This is sea launch. Now, we just finished covering a live sea launch. And
I was just going to add really quickly.
Yeah.
Delta II was in 1997.
Yep.
In January. It exploded 13 seconds after launch, and the sea launch was in January 2007.
On my birthday.
Yes, that was carrying a Dutch satellite, and it's basically at liftoff.
Well, this one's cool.
At liftoff.
I don't know why. This one just amuses me the most out of all of them.
And
I
again,
think it's
no
because
one was hurt in this one because everyone has to evacuate the ship, even though it is a sea launch. So nobody is there at the time. So there's no trouble with that.
So here we go. Check this one out.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Maybe to start command.
1.
Go inertial.
That's my favorite. Wait, here we go. And then they're like, and if we put up a graphic, maybe no one will notice.
The whole thing went. It was bad. It was really bad.
And what'd she say? Inertial, something like that? And she's like, oh. Yeah, exactly. As Carbon said, this is lifted off in a reverse, just kind of thunk. I like that. Yeah. So those are the clips we have of rockets where no one got hurt at all.
Yes, of course.
And we kind of wanted to show those up front. The thing is, spaceflight, especially human spaceflight, even non-manned flight, is actually very dangerous. We're using extremely volatile propellants on these things, and if even a little thing goes wrong, bad things can happen. So this next clip is of the, the Photon M?
It's a Photon M1. Just really quickly, it was carrying a satellite in 44 different experiments. This was in 2002. it explodes about 15 seconds after liftoff. There was one person who was killed, a number of people who were injured, and the entire thing that went wrong was that 1 out of the 5 engines didn't ignite.
Right, it was I think Carbon might be able to help here. I thought it was there was a stage separation issue, like it separated and it didn't launch or ignite or something like that.
Something along those lines, but I know that 1 of the 5 didn't go, and so the whole thing kind of went psh, and it actually started.
It falls straight back down. Actually.
Yeah, and well, just about, and it starts a huge fire in the area. So it was kind of a big deal.
Now here are things to watch on this one. When it comes back down. Listen for the sound. Watch the sound wave as it comes. I mean, you can actually kind of like see it just slam into him. The sound of this thing exploding.
Yeah,
it's impressive the amount of power that this rocket has. So check this out.
Whoa. Oh! It's light as day. It's got really light. Shit! Ah! Jesus Christ! Oh my God! It's just something blew up. Oh my God! Everybody's just gone to the ground. Everybody just ran miles. I thought I was gonna die then. Oh my God! The sparks. Lead! Shit! Something's exploded. Lead. Bloody hell, everyone's lying on the ground. What the hell? Fuck me.
Please tell me that didn't just happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wrong. Failure.
Fucking hell, it failed.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary. I mean, that is why they have the minimum, 3-mile barrier.
Right.
With that, they were only 1 kilometer away.
Yeah.
So that's not nearly far enough away to be safe, as you saw. I mean, you saw the one that blew up at Cape Canaveral. I mean, it just goes poof, right on top of you. So yeah, unfortunately, someone who was actually in a bunker type area by a pane of glass did lose his life on that particular one. And a lot of other people were injured with that particular launch, and that was back in help me out, that was in 2002, I think. That was
2002.
So we've got another one. This is pertinent. This is the one that I got, that I saw this, and I remember that recently the Chinese had accomplished their EVA, their first EVA, and they had done a lot here, and I think it's important. I'm a big advocate of the Chinese space program because it spurs competition.
Yes.
I do have a problem with the Chinese space program in that they try to hide a lot of things from you, and when they screw up, they don't really tell you anything. They're very closed.
Yeah, they're very closed. They're very proud people, and you can't really fault them for that. It's just,
well, I do.
It's I do find it frustrating because I think the more information, the better.
Right. So I'm going to show you. I've got 3 clips of this. I'm going to show you these first. The first clip is what they showed everyone. Mm-hmm. So this is what we got to see. Here you go. And that's it.
Yeah.
End clip. They don't show you the whole thing. The thing is, that wasn't good. So later on.
Well, because what happened was about 22 seconds after launch, obviously you saw what just happened. And this was in 1996, by the way, and there was a satellite on board. And so normally you would say that there was no life loss, but what happened was it ended up hitting a village. And satellite is over here, and then other parts of the rocket are over there, and
So we had there were other crews there because it was an Intelsat satellite, I believe.
Right.
So check this out. They were able to get this video out, and this is the whole thing. Now imagine. I want you to remember when it hits. This is hitting a village. So there was that. Now we've got another angle of that exact same thing. This is from a rooftop. So check out the same thing, this time from a rooftop.
Fucking A. Get inside! Everybody get inside! Holy shit! Watch yourself. No. Hold on, take this. Dude, I told you, man. I'm fucking... You alright? Yeah. What are you doing? I was sleeping in there, I heard something, and I just jumped up. Holy fucking shit!
So needless to say, a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
A little bit of stuff going on, and this is the aftermath of that in the village. That's
I mean,
what
it looks
remains
like
of the village.
a tornado came through.
Yep.
Windows are just completely blown. Buildings are leveled. Everything's just blown out. Things have been clearly on fire.
Yeah.
At one point, I don't know where we are in this video, but at one point, I think it's a little bit earlier, you actually see half of the satellite just like halfway into the ground. I mean, it just... there are just no words. I mean, it's really, really impressive what happened here.
So that was, that's part of, China tried to cover a good chunk of that up, and we were able to get that out, so we actually knew what the damage was, and,
right.
and that's that's just not okay. I mean, the thing with space travel, and the reason we're doing this episode is we're huge advocates of space travel, obviously, but everyone needs to understand that there's a very large amount of risk in doing this, and it's important to still do it. But it's also important to understand that there is risk in doing this.
Well, right,
and we shouldn't be scared of it just because of risk, but we should also make sure that we're safe in
right.
doing whatever it is we do.
Right.
Because you can replace a rocket, you can replace a satellite, you can't replace a person.
Right. Well, and like we were saying a couple of episodes ago, how it feels as though sometimes NASA kind of, it gets routine to a certain extent. People aren't as concerned, or they aren't as excited when things do go right, that kind of thing. But it's important to kind of keep it all in perspective, I guess.
Absolutely. And I give NASA a hard time a lot because I say that they're too cautious sometimes and not willing to take enough risks. And I bash on the Constellation program, but not these kind of risks.
No.
It's
No.
You have to appreciate the amount of effort they go into to ensuring that the space program is safe. And as we mentioned, NASA, we're going to close on two pieces. We've been talking about rocket launches and stuff like that. There is a term that has been burned into my brain as of 1986. I think everyone remembers it, and that is go at throttle up. And I think everyone knows what we're going to play next.
Yeah.
And whenever I see a shuttle launch, it doesn't matter. Whenever I see a shuttle launch and you hear, so-and-so go at throttle up, you hold your breath now. You just can't help. You're like, make it go. And then as soon as they come back with their, confirmation, and they keep going, there's a sigh of relief. So here's STS-51L. This was the final mission of Space Shuttle Challenger.
And liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Roger, roll, Challenger. Good roll program confirmed. Challenger now heading down range. Engines beginning throttling down now at 94%. Normal throttles most of the flight, 104%. We'll throttle down to 65% shortly. Engines at 65%. 3 engines running normally. 3 good fuel cells. 3 good ADUs. Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles. Engines throttling up. 3 engines now at 104%. Challenger, go with throttle up. Challenger, go with throttle up. A minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles. Looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction. We have no downlink.
So that's always hard to watch. That's never fun. And we had that was the first time we lost a space shuttle. You know, it was that Challenger was the workhorse of NASA's fleet, and we lost the shuttle. And we did learn from that. As we mentioned in the chat room, we absolutely learned from that. We figured out what was wrong. Everyone knows about the O-rings now and launching in cold weather.
Yep. Just because it's Florida doesn't mean things can't freeze.
Yep. And so there's that. And it just NASA has lost a few more lives in space travel that we haven't covered here, but we thought it was important to do a show dedicated to, showing off some of the rocket explosions that didn't hurt anyone, because, they're kind of neat looking, but also just dedicating a show to the people who have given their life for the betterment of humanity and to push us into the unexplored space of space.
Everyone knows what the risks are. I mean, I don't think even the Krista, the other teacher who was on backup, I don't think any of them had any misconceptions about how there could be something that could go wrong. So everyone knows, it doesn't happen that much. It doesn't happen that often, thankfully, knock on wood, but it does happen. And so these people know that there is the possibility that they will give their life for something like this.
And they still choose to do it. There's a 1 in 80 chance, actually.
Yep.
On every single shuttle mission, there's a 1 in 80 chance. And one of the reasons we are shutting down the shuttles, and one of the reasons I personally advocate shutting down the shuttles in 2010, is that there's a 1 in 80 chance that these 30-year-old, almost 40-year-old vehicles, we could lose loss of vehicle, crew and vehicle. And the new Constellation program, they're trying to bring that up to 1 in 1,500. So there's a radically larger, it'll just be radically safer, is what it really comes down to. Just a much safer launch vehicle.
More like riding in a car or flying in a plane.
Absolutely. And it's, it's just, it is what it is. And we learned a lot from it, and we never like to see that. And we're going to close the show now with...
really quickly, I just wanted to add, it will be in the show notes as well, but I just wanted to put into the room there's a spaceshuttle.memorial.com. It's a little bit interactive. Before every mission, NASA does their little vignettes on all the different astronauts and stuff like that, and all of that has been archived onto the spaceshuttle.memorial.com. So you can, if you want to get to know some of these people a little bit better and the mission and just pretty much any information you could possibly ever want is going to be there, and it really memorializes them in a very nice way, I think.
And I wanted to close the show with the latest tragedy that has hit us, and I wanted to do it in such a way that would just make you think and remember it. And here you go. Thank you for watching.
Roger.
Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check. Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check. Columbia, Houston, UHF comm check.